Welcome back to another Charlotte Legacy League. We have Ruby Storm versus Show and Tell. Both players kept 7. I have sped this up to be double speed because it was one of the longest Ruby Storm / Show and Tell matchups I've ever edited before, and it was about 20 minutes long. So I decided to speed this up times 2 to make it bearable for everyone, and we'll see some exciting gameplay from both players, but it's gonna be a little while. So hold on to your butts, and we'll see how this game goes. So, or this whole match, I should say. So, as you can see, Haley's already started off doing her thing with the Show and Tell, putting a Grizzlebrand into play. Chris also resolved a Ruby Medallion and then put in another Ruby Medallion off of that Show and Tell. So, and then Chris is going to play a Burgie and another Rite of Flame, and now we're all caught up. And it looks like he's going to play a Rin's Resolve there. He's going to exile those 2 cards, and then he's going to play a Metamorphose for 1 mana, then gain 3 mana off of it. Haley's going to smash the button on Grizzlebrand, draw some cards. Just going to think about her life here. Chris is going to finally keep count on Storm, and he has done that now. Looks like the Metamorphose is going to resolve. He draws a land, and then we'll see him probably use these Galvanic Relays that he has. There's 1 Galvanic Relay for 5, and then he can cast the other Galvanic Relay for 6, and that will be that. So, and then he's going to pass this turn with a whole bunch of mana in this pool and a whole bunch of Storm count and do absolutely nothing with it. Haley's going to untap. She's going to bash Chris in the face for 7, and then it'll be Chris's turn again. So there's a Lotus Petal out of Haley's hand. She can cast a, well, that's a Preordained, so she's going to look at those 2 cards first, and then she can cast something out of her hand with that City of Traders and the Lotus Petal. And I wonder if she probably should have, maybe she was looking for like another creature to like activate the Show and Tell with. She's going to fetch, go get a land, cut that out, and there's a Brainstorm, and we have 2 mana in the pool here, so I'm not quite sure what she's looking for. Maybe it was that red monkey that she found, and she can now red monkey out a Show and Tell, or not a Show and Tell, but a Sneak Attack, and there it is. So Chris has got 1 turn to figure this out. Haley has a grip of cards, and she can press the button again after she attacks, and goes back up to 18. So Chris has got a lot of work ahead of him, and Haley can draw 14 cards to counterspell any bullshit that he might be able to do. A Lotus Petal I don't think is going to get it done, but we'll see what he does off this Galvanic Relay. He does get to make a mana off of the Petal just by playing it off the Burgie, and then we'll see a Seething Song. So Chris has a gazillion mana here, waiting for Haley to decide whether she wants to counterspell it or not. I think she's going to let that resolve. I don't know if I would let that resolve if I had the mana to counter it, just because I can just smash in the face next turn and that would be game. Maybe Chris could keep on going with like another Rite of Flame or something like that, but it's like he just has 2 Seething Songs. So he could have just played another Seething Song, I guess, and Force Willed it and nothing. I guess she's probably looking to force an enabler here, like that Just Guy's Will or something along those lines. It looks like it's a Wish in that pile over there that Chris has as well. So Metamorphose draws another card, makes another mana, or makes another 3 mana. Haley just not really caring what Chris is doing here, knowing that she has an Emrakul in her hand, and it's going to just smash him in the face if Chris doesn't win here. So even a horde of goblins, I don't think will get this done here. They're not like squirrels or anything that has blockers or anything that has a way to block flying creatures. So I don't think that's going to get that done. Chris is a grape shot there. He's at Storm 7. Not quite enough. I think you would just need a double... no, what's that double thing? Bonus round. But I don't think that's going to do it either. Has a ton of mana from Chris. And it looks like there's a Wish. And there's Haley's Force waiting for that payoff card to show up. And Haley did exactly what she was supposed to do. Chris plays a fucking Rin's Resolve, or the version of that card. He's going to cast a Burning Wish. Let's see if Haley's going to push the button again. She does. And finds a Force of Will there, so no problem for Haley. And I don't think Chris has anything left to do except Galvanic Relay and then get punched in the face. So we'll see if that happens. Moving some cards around, hoping that they do something else. And he's going to Galvanic Relay for 13. There's every card he needed right there. So unfortunate. All right, we can see Chris's deck. Lots of information for Haley to see if she didn't already know what this matchup looked like. And we'll go back to her turn and just see a Emrakul come out of her hand and then kick the shit out of him. Plays a very pretty island, and it's going to cast a Ponder. I guess she just wants Chris to sweat a hair, and then she's going to attack. We'll see you in game number 2 as soon as Chris learns how to count to 5. Actually, it's 6. And that's it. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to game 2. Haley's kept 6, Chris has kept 7, and Chris is going to be on the play this time. He's leading off with a Lotus Petal, and a tap, and that, and Seething Song. He's really moving here. All kinds of things happening. He's going to exile some cards off the top of his library, makes a bunch of mana, and cast a Jeskai Will. Lots and lots more mana. Bonus round, which you probably should have cast first, I think. Unless he's just going to do something that I don't know. That's like a Rin's Resolve. Alright, Rin's Resolve into a Galvanic Relay for next turn. So he can, I guess, just cast that Galvanic Relay. Wonder why I wouldn't take one more mana, but I guess it is what it is. So he'll get Rin's Resolve for, looks like 7 there. And pass it over to Haley, or not Rin's Resolve, but Galvanic Relay for 7. Oh, I guess he can save it until his next turn because it is till your end of your next end step. Haley's going to lead off with a Ponder and a Lotus Petal. Man, this is riveting stuff here. She doesn't like what she saw, so she's going to shuffle that shit away. And she's going to sack that again. She's going to Ponder again. Looks like she likes these 7 cards, or these 3 cards on top. So she's going to keep those, draw 1, pass it back over to Chris. See if Chris can make something happen here. Play his Mountain, and looks like another Seething Song. So he's got 5 mana. There you go, red mana. He's got 5 red mana. He can cast a Ruby here. There's that thing. Oh, that's a rough hit. That's pretty decent, I guess. There's Petal. I guess he can Galvanic Relay again. It looks like Galvanic Relay is probably what he wants to go with here. Oh, he does have 2 petals out, so he can Grape Shot for not a lot. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Looks like he's going to try and dig a little bit more. Does find a Rite of Flame. I don't know enough about this deck. So he's gonna poker for 11 there, which is pretty reasonable, but not quite enough. Is Ruby Storm good? I mean, I guess it is because I got beat by it in this particular. Jesus Christ. All right, yeah. Well, there's a fucking Emrakul. So here we go. You got to win here, sir. You're at 15. If you tap that thing, you're dead. It doesn't really matter. You're dead anyway, I think. But anyway, back to what I was bumbling about. was I definitely got beat by Ruby Storm by Corbin Davis tonight. It was brutal. He beat I beat him game 1 with a double sphere, and then he double rubied me game 2 through a sphere, and then I think he blew up my other sphere in game 3. It was real sad. I wasn't very happy about that. We'll see another show and tell. Atraxa. Haley's just showing off here and just playing with her food before she eats. I'm pretty sure her parents probably told her not to do that, but she's probably the kind of person that like to move her peas to the end of the table or into the plate and then like separate them by size and then eat them one at a time. But I don't really know that. I digress. All right, 15 to Chris's face. Game's over. Thanks for watching.
If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.